Hey Aries, welcome to your first reading for the month of February. How are you? I hope this finds you well. Ooh, it's actually not your first reading because I did upload the morning musing this morning for you. And I did want to mention, if you missed it, at the end of this reading, the end screen comes up and there's a little thumbnail on the left. If you click it, it'll just take you straight to that reading. But it's interesting because it kind of gave me two different viewpoints. One being that, closing out a painful chapter and taking your connection to the next level of love and commitment, or totally closing out a connection and new love and commitment on the horizon. So if just my little description of that speaks to you, you may want to check out that reading. But I'm going to carry on here and see if any of those energies show up. So if not, then if this doesn't speak to you, go there. If that doesn't speak to you, come here. You know the drill. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. And as always, feel free to flip the energies around. If it comes out reversed for you, that's okay. Just reverse the energies. So I'm going to pull two cards, one for Divine Masculine, one for Divine Feminine from Spirit Animal Oracle. So we get, okay, remember you can always flip it around. Divine Masculine gets card 36, Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. There is always enough. We live in an abundant universe. There is always enough. And the Feminine gets card 30, Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. I love it. Take a leap of faith. Feeling a little bit of the Fool energy there. Not sure which direction you're leaping, but as long as you are feeling inspired in this month of love, sometimes that leap of faith can bring about some really beautiful experiences. Okay, I'm going to pull one card for the Aries watching, and I'm pulling it from Numerology Guidance. Here you go, Aries. Card 77, Spirituality. So I'm going to put that there, but let me, I'm going to read it because I was using these in the morning musings for the last series from middle to end of January, and everybody really seemed to like the numerology guidance, so it's a lot to cover, so that's why I'm going to read it. So here's what it said. This card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine, to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. When you find your way to God, you find your way back home. By selecting this card, you are being encouraged to celebrate and strengthen your relationship with the divine in whichever way you choose. You may opt for prayer, meditation, chanting, yoga, or periods of silence and contemplation. Perhaps quiet time in nature, going on a retreat, or attending a place of worship is something you prefer. It doesn't matter which option you choose, for there is no right or wrong, only you can know your ultimate path. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to strengthen your relationship with the divine. You are also being urged to communicate with your lost loved ones, spirit guides, and angels, and ask for assistance whenever required. No request goes unanswered, and no request is too big or too small. Wow, that's a lot. Card 77, master number, sacred number, we don't reduce it. So very powerful message for you, Aries. I hope that you take a little time to reflect on it. So let's see what's going on in your connection. What is coming through for Aries, Sun and Rising. Twin Flame Soulmate energies coming through for Aries, Sun and Rising. All right, here we go. Wow. This blows my mind. These two cards were in your morning spread. We've got masculine showing up in the energy of the Four of Wands. This is the 1111 card, representing twin flame soulmate energy, and feminine showing up in the energy of the Ace of Cups. That one true love of a lifetime. What a way to kick it off. So let's see where we go from here. I'm just going to pull the cards and then I'll walk you through it. Queen of Cups was also the anchor card this morning. Empress, wow. Divine Feminine showing up in your own reading here. And the Magician, lovely. Okay, so before I clarify, what I'm seeing here for the masculine is, in the past, there's some kind of emotional detachment here. Sometimes that Four of Cups is about like a missed opportunity, because you can see the hand of spirit offering the Ace of Cups and this figure just kind of gazing past it. So sometimes this card represents emotional detachment, somebody kind of not being really emotionally engaged or available, or just a missed opportunity. And I'm saying that because I see the Ace of Cups. Also, the Queen of Cups was the anchor card this morning. So it's very possible that the feminine is this Queen of Cups. This is somebody who's the empath, right? Feels all the feels. Very spiritual and connected to source, as well as having some very strong intuitive gifts. I always liken her to like a sister to the High Priestess. So very emotionally available, high vibration, love, compassion, sensitivity. Yeah, a real beautiful card. And in this case, it feels as if the present experience of this masculine involves the keeper of the masculine's heart. Okay? The twin flame. And in the future, I see the Eight of Pentacles focusing on creative solutions to a problem, perhaps, or just putting the head down and focusing on whatever needs the direct attention. This would be normally an apprentice card, right? So practice makes perfect, but in this case, it's like zeroing in on something that needs to be perfected, or you know, where the rough edges need to be kind of worked away. And you do that with sustained effort, attention, and energy. That's what I see for the future for the masculine. Feminine, as I said, coming forward in the reading as the Ace, in the energy of the Ace of Cups in the past, all this unconditional love. So even in the face of maybe not being very well received, or maybe even feeling rejected or even friend zoned, this feminine still maintains that unconditional love of the Empress. And right now, their present experience and the connection is they're at a crossroads. Really don't know what to do here. This is about seeking that silence, going within, just like the spirituality card asks you to go within, to get very quiet, to really connect to source. But it's about finding the truth and the meaning and the purpose of a decision that has to be made, and how to go about making it. So this is that inner search, quieting the mind, blacking out all the noise and distractions, and understanding that the clarity can be found within. But it is crossroads energy. And then in the future, we've got the Magician. So maybe a little manifestation of something to come. So let's see what we've got. Really interesting reading. Four of Wands. Choosing the path. Wow. Two of Wands. So I am feeling that sort of, I can go one way or the other here. The whole world in the palm of the masculine's hand. It's a world of possibilities. It's about looking out on the horizon. The whole world lies before you, dear masculine. What do you want? This card asks you to choose your path. What do you want with regard to your twin flame? And choosing the path that leads to the abundance, right? To the there's always enough, to that commitment, to You know, this is a life partnership right here in a nutshell. The Ten of Pentacles is that abundance, the groundedness, the stability, and kind of coming together and building a life with someone. So it feels very committed to me. It was very similar. Oh, here's the leap of faith underneath that would have spoke to this feminine's oracle, but it just lets me know that underneath, which is, for those who are new, this represents what's kind of bubbling up under the surface. It's in your psyche, but not really in conscious awareness when I pull from the bottom. And it just feels as if this masculine, as soon as they get this all sorted out, as soon as they figure out their path, they're going to take the leap. That's a brand new day. Choosing a new path. This feels very new to me, not something that... so it represents new possibilities. Let me say it that way. In the past, the Four of Cups with the King of Cups. Yeah, this feels just a little bit emotionally stingy, quite honestly. So, that karmic energy, what's on the bottom? Here's the Hierophant from this morning. So the Hierophant is all about being true to who you are. It is a card of commitment, conventional, committed relationship. It can represent a card of marriage, but it can represent spiritual awakening, our religious beliefs, our spiritual beliefs. But really, it's really about who we are at our core, what we stand for. So that's underneath. And I feel in the past, there's been some old patterns here, right? Some old patterns, and this masculine energy of in the King of Cups just kind of being not distracted, but just disengaged on an emotional level, probably because there's something that's been kind of a repeating pattern over and over and over that hasn't been serving the masculine very well. So even though the King of Cups is here, I almost feel as if the King of Cups comes out reversed in this sense, like not being very emotionally available, not being very compassionate in that moment, pulling back, kind of keeping somebody at arm's length and potentially missing an opportunity. But I feel that what it's about is this, whatever this karmic energy of the devil is, because underneath is almost complete antithesis, right? The antidote to the devil is the Pope. Got it? So, I mean, if we're going to get spiritual about it here. But I feel as if somehow there's something that this masculine, this is backward facing, so this is in the past, something was maybe an unhealthy pattern, an unhealthy attachment, a need to control something, and it wasn't serving their highest good. So underneath, an awareness of like, wait a minute, you know, who am I at my core? What do I really stand for? So that was bubbling up under the surface, and I'm feeling really good that the feminine stayed true to themselves, stayed true to their divine mission is what I really want to say. But right now, this masculine is all about the Queen of Cups. So we do have a couple here, but I feel in the past, the king wasn't fully emotionally available. Might have been caught in a karmic connection. I don't have any indication of it, but could be for some of you. Something that they couldn't get out of, maybe even a marriage. And right now, just wanting to move forward to calmer waters with the Queen of Cups, keeper of their heart for sure. That's really special. I like it. And in the future, Eight of Pentacles. Got to focus on creative solution to the problem probably being whatever that devil energy is. Look. So for some of you, this is a brand new love. This Queen of Cups represents this new love opportunity. See that? For others of you, it is finally kind of moving past whatever was holding this masculine back. Right? Whatever had a karmic pull or hold on some level, and in the future working toward this Ace of Cups, because it was a missed opportunity in the past. Wow. Yep, see? The Eight of Cups was in the morning reading as well. Yeah, not going to tolerate any more drama. Walking away from drama, but in the morning spread, it did feel as if this was something that was no longer emotionally, wasn't serving you on an emotional level. And so less walking away from a person and more walking away from something that's just not been healthy on an emotional level. And here, working toward the Ace of Cups, walking away from drama. Sometimes this is going in search of that Ace of Cups, right? Or in search of the Two of Cups, because we have 8 plus 2 when you get 10. I like this, but I'm feeling as if we have some kind of situation that occurred in the past or someone else in the picture. That devil could be addiction. It could be anything that it could be shadow. It can be old habits, old patterns within the connection. But something was definitely blocking, and I feel this masculine missed an opportunity, and now they just want to move on to calmer waters, choosing the path, taking the leap of faith, something that leads to something more stable and committed and grounded. But in order to do that, that Eight of Cups, you have to leave something behind. Ace of Cups. All kinds of insecurities being triggered for the feminine. And here's the Hermit. I almost feel as if this feminine has this wisdom about them. Already has the wisdom of the Hermit to understand that they can't see the full picture, right? Sometimes the moon represents illusion. And I'm feeling as if this feminine is very wise in the energy of the Hermit, to understand that there are things that they just don't know. They don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. And that kind of triggers our fears and our insecurities. But this feminine is very wise. I'm not seeing a retreat. It came off the top of the deck. I kind of feel that the feminine is the guide here. The feminine is the guide. Empress in the past, right? This beautiful, lovely energy of the divine feminine. So even though all this was going on over here with the masculine, the feminine just stayed in that beautiful yin energy, just in allowing, no push, no pressure, pulled back, maintaining the unconditional love, but also knowing, you know, that the Empress is not a pushover. You don't just get to steamroll over the Empress, but the Empress knows their own boundaries, right? Earth and air, Libra and Taurus, but is able to stay in their divinity. Right? 9 of Wands. You know, it was definitely a very difficult situation, one that pushed this, the limits of this divine feminine's patience, tolerance. So the 9 and the 10, right? Not really giving up totally, but just having to offload all the negative karma. I think it just got to be too much. The 9 and the 10 of Wands got to be too much. And yeah, look on the bottom. I'm feeling something really icky. This 5 of Swords underneath, the feminine aware that something was sabotaging the connection. Something sabotaging the connection. Whatever that means for you, Aries, or if you're here as a cross watcher, you may know what that is. I'm sure you'll let me know, but I'm feeling that there was outside interference here. Possibly, I'll just say it, I have to give you all the options. Possibly a masculine who was not able to kind of let go of, they had something very specific in mind, and so I'm feeling some stubborn energy because we have the Hierophant. I know who I am, I know what I want, I know what I stand for, boom, that's it. And it's underneath the Devil, so it's not that they were coming from a dark place, but just very set in their ways and therefore a little controlling. And I feel that did not work for this feminine. Feminine felt like it's an unfair fight. Like I can't do anything with that. And just kind of offloaded all the negative karma with that 10 of Wands. But now that this Ace of Cups is in the picture and the feminine saying, you know, I don't really know, there's something going on here. It's outside of my ability to see. So I'm at least wise enough to know that. So there's the wisdom of the Hermit around that energy of the moon. Like, is this real? Is what I think happening really happening, or is it an illusion? That's why they are in that Two of Swords energy. The experience right now and the connection for the feminine is like, I gotta get clear about this. I have to be sure of this decision I'm making. So I need to find my own truth, the meaning and the purpose for my own reasons for the decision I'm about to make. Yeah. Three of Cups, man. The Two of Swords. So Spirit's not going to let me off the hook here, guys. All right. So my initial statement could be a third party. That's what's showing up. Please remember, third-party energy can be anything. It can be a person. It could be family members that are interfering. It can be obligations to work or to children. You know, with the Devil being here, it can be anything that isn't healthy. So I am feeling that we're at a crossroads here, because that whatever that third energy is not serving this connection, and the feminine's concerned about it, is worried about it. That moon energy tells me I'm nervous. I don't know what's going on. I really don't think I'm seeing the full picture. I have to be wise here. And yeah. Wow. The Magician in the future. Why is the Magician in the future? That's Virgo and Gemini. Ooh, manifesting that truth, the insight, the wisdom, that aha moment, the epiphany, the clarity that the feminine's working on here. I'm going to manifest it. It's just going to come right out of the blue. And then we have a single person, Nine of Pentacles. More Virgo energy, by the way. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. A lot of Virgo in this reading. King of Wands on the bottom. I will take that. So looks to me as if there's someone that this feminine looking in the future is very attracted to. King of Wands could be this masculine. The Wands energy is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I'm just going to say that. But this is someone who's very clear on what they want. Right? They very much go after what they want. Very ardently, very passionately. I love the energy of the King of Wands, unless it's more like controlling. So I am getting a little hint that there can be some control issues here. This is underneath. What's on top is manifesting the clarity and maintaining one's independence and autonomy. So this represents a single person, someone who can attract to them everything they desire, right? Someone who can attract, you know, if there's a certain job you want, or a certain place you want to live, or if there's something that you're, you know, interested in. This energy is very much about attracting that, like, act as if kind of energy that came out in your morning reading. So I'm feeling that this is more like, oh, I know what I want, but I have to kind of maintain my independence and autonomy to get it, to manifest it. But you're waiting on that clarity to come in, dear feminine, with regard to a King of Wands. Someone who you're very attracted to, there may be a lot of chemistry with, but who definitely knows what they want. Okay, so if that's speaking to you, I'm going to take it to the extended, and I will look at what you need to focus on right now based on this part of the spread, what the blocks or the challenges may be around that issue that needs your attention, and then what you can do about the block or the challenge, or what you can expect to come of the whole thing. And then your messages to and from each other. Let's see what you want to say to your divine counterpart and they to you. And then one card for you, Aries, from your higher self, spirit of the universe. That will come in as in the form of some advice or confirmation. Sometimes it's just a pep talk, and other times it's a warning. We'll see what comes through. And then the outcome position, what can you expect going forward, and in what time frame. So if timing's a factor, it would show up there. We'll see what that has to say. So the link to the extended is right below this video in the description box at the top in the first sentence or two. I will be there in a second. If not, I'll see you in a future reading. Bye, Aries.